Okay, as you might know, I am a little bit of a weeb. So what does that have to do with anything? Well, in case you couldn't tell from the thumbnail, or basically all my social media accounts, they all have one thing in common. Yep, that's right, it's Chika from Kaguya-sama. Kaguya. At the time of this writing, the OVA hasn't been officially released in the States yet. Although, I did manage to get my slimy hands on a copy though. And before you ask, no, I definitely did not pirate this. It's a very bad thing to do, so don't do it. I did come across an issue, however. My very legal copy of the episode was in a mere 480p, and no cultured man would subject themselves to such a blurry, compressed bleh. But I didn't want to wait for the official release either, and that's where the story ends. I lived my life and it eventually came out. Psych, you fool. Obviously I wouldn't stop there. I took it an extra step further, and I upscaled it. So, the next logical question would be, what is upscaling? Well, you may have seen it before, as it's the process of inputting an image, then re-outputting it with a higher visual fidelity. And just to be clear, upscaling is not interpolation. Upscaling takes existing data and adds upon it. Interpolation, however, is the process of taking two separate data points and creating an entirely new dataset in between it. Why is this important? Well, in general, films run at 24 FPS, or if you want to be a Mr. Fancy Pants, it's 23.98. Anyways, that's not my point here. My point is we're talking about animated films, or more specifically, anime. Although played back at 24 FPS, anime is typically drawn in twos, which means that one drawing is held in for 2 frames. Yeah, I know, if a single frame is going to be held in for 2 frames, why not just call it 12 FPS? Well, like most things, there's exceptions. Panning shots are more likely to be done in 24 to keep the smoothness, while individual drawings of a character can be done in 12. Yada yada yada, there's billions of reasons to choose different frame rates. You know who doesn't know that though? AI. If we use interpolation, the AI is going to see this and think that every single frame is going to be something new. Obviously, this isn't the case, since as stated before, the background and characters are animated on separate frame rates, which means that you can get extremely inconsistent results when using interpolation. This is where upscaling comes into play. Instead of creating new data, we're only adding upon it. Anyways, I input the video into the software, clicked a few buttons, and then waited for 2 hours, and well, it honestly blew my mind. Take a look for yourself. While you're watching this, notice the subtitles and how the AI prevents it from bleeding outwards. This is completely opposite compared to the method of interpolation as seen before. I mean, like, this AI is absolutely incredible, and I just want you to keep in mind that this program was released only a year ago. Imagine its capabilities decades later. For large-scale data storage, this could very well be revolutionary. And we're only talking about the uses of AI in terms of upscaling here. AI is highly versatile. It's like a baby in a way. It's a blank slate that you just constantly feed information, and it slowly gets better, and better. Right now, and I'm talking like not even a year ago, Google I/O showcased James Barnes, a drummer who lost his arms in an accident, having his life transformed by a prosthetic. But unlike most prosthetics, this one is very special. I'm not gonna go too far into this, but as far as I'm aware, this arm is controlled by very slight electrical signals detected in his limb. The AI will then literally, I'm not even kidding you here, respond to those signals accordingly. I mean, can you imagine? These AIs are going to know us better than us. They're going to be able to detect our faces, know where we've been, who we're with. Privacy is going to be a thing of its past here. Don't believe me? Well, just look at China's social credit system. There's 1 camera per 7 civilians, and they leverage these devices with AI to keep track of you and assign you a personal score. This score can then be used to give citizens social benefits or even consequences. Honestly, we've already stepped out of our bounds into movie magic shit, and I'm not even sure how to feel about that. And like I've said before, these things will really only just get better from here. You guys remember those like CAPTCHAs we've been doing for years? Well, I wonder what Google has been doing with them. Either way, for better or for worse, what I do know is we are taking our first steps into a new era. one where humans and AIs will be deeply integrated, and it is crazy to imagine that it's already happening in our lifetimes.